Okay, here we are, take two. Hopefully you can hear me this time. So what I was saying is that I want to put over to you that I will come on here daily around 1 o'clock, and that together we can go through this lockdown time. And I will be able to give over to you some of my experience and the teachings that I've been taught by my mentors and my teachers and my lecturers over the years to transfer over to you some skills to help make your life better during this time of lockdown number 3. This lockdown is a little bit different than lockdown number 2 because the schools are closed, and so it's much more like lockdown number 1. And that can be a little bit more taxing on our mental well-being, our physical well-being, the well-being of our relationships in the households that we're in. And it can affect everybody differently. So maybe you're on your own and you're feeling loneliness a little bit even more now that we've gone into this much stricter type of lockdown. Or maybe you're got a full household, you're trying to work from home, you've got your kids home from school, you've got, your spouse in the home as well. And so there's that interaction. It becomes a little bit of a submarine. And it's not easy to juggle all that at the one time. So I thought, one of the things that I can do to offer to contribute to our situation at this time is to use the skills that I've been taught and pass them over to you in the best way I can. I want to encourage everybody to come on to this, share this with groups that they are part of, with people that they know, so that we can build a community during this lockdown period, so that we can all start helping each other. It's the peer-to-peer part of the Triumph system is really important. And what I want to do is to take you through the system that I've built, made up of the word Triumph, based on acceptance and commitment therapy. So it's all evidence-based. It's been tried and tested. And so we know it works. And it's really important that we build a community to go through this together, to be able to comment on what's going on, to be able to have a place where we can express ourselves. And that's the reason why I've decided to do it on social media, because that is where we all kind of are congregating these days. There's a lot of Zooms out there and all sorts of things. But, whether we like it or not, we are being resident in all sorts of different social media platforms. And so I thought this might be the best way to reach as many people as possible. And so I ask you, let's get together on a daily basis. We'll see how long we want to be together. It might be just for 15 minutes. It might be for 45 minutes. I'm willing to dedicate my time to you if this will help you get through the day better. And if it's around midday, maybe you're managing to get yourself a little bit of a break from your work. And so this might help you, get through the afternoon after your morning session. What I want to hear from you is what kind of things you would like me to help you with. So if it's mindful meditations, we can do some of that. If it's emotional regulation skills, we can do some of that. Maybe I can get some experts that I know that are my friends to come on here, and we can do sessions together for you. The idea is that we build this community together to help us with our emotional well-being, our psychological well-being, our physical well-being, our relationships well-being, people, our parenting skills, everything that is going to come into play now during this possible 6-week lockdown. And it could go on even more than that. So we want to start using this time. If we're going to be in a lockdown situation anyway, then we may as well take advantage of it for our, personal improvement, for improving the relationships within our households, and improving our relationships as parents, improving our relationships as children. We're all in different situations, and the more that we can do to help each other, the better. I know a lot of people who might be willing to come on here and give a session. What I would like to do is to hear from you, to know who's who's watching this, where are you watching from, which platform are you watching from. Make a comment. You're welcome to make comments. Are you welcome to come on to the program with me and we can have a conversation? Of course, there won't be any personal therapy on this program, but there will be enough skill set that we can use on a daily basis. Mindfulness, self-compassion, self-care. Look, you might be a person who's a frontline worker. You might be a nurse or a doctor or a psychologist or an allied health professional who is dedicating their life to others. You might just be a person who's looking after or caring for their spouse or someone in their family or elderly parents. There are carers in care homes, but there are also those what we might call hidden carers, those who are in households. And who's looking after these carers? Who's looking out for them? So we want here a place where you can come in if you're a carer and just be with us, right? Be with those of your peers, maybe learn some skills, maybe do some mindful meditations with us, and learn a bit about self-compassion. This is really important, especially if you're a carer. And most of us, in one way or another, now are carers, even if we're just parents. That's a type of a carer, right? So we need to have some sort of self-care and self-compassion. And that's really important. And we're not taught that on a regular basis. Okay, so somebody that's not going through some sort of therapy doesn't necessarily get taught these skills. So I want to bring these skills to you, to the public, to anybody who wants to watch this. It's open for all. The idea is prevention if we can. Let's prevent any decay in our mental well-being. Let's preserve what we have, and if we can, even improve what we have. So the idea is to make our life better. The idea is to improve the situation that we have between ourselves and between ourselves and others, whether they're in our households or whether in our support bubbles or whether within our communities. All right. So the idea basically is that I'll come on here daily around 1 o'clock in the afternoon UK time, and I'll have basically a set session that I want to give you, but then it will be open to be much more flexible for whatever happens at the time, whoever's watching and whatever that you need at the time, and I'll try and answer you and be part of that for you and support you in any way that I can. So all I'm asking for you just now is to put comments in, tell me that you're there, tell me what you would like, what is missing in your life just now that we could possibly contribute to. Tell me that you can share this out to people and that you can tag them in the comments so that we can get together on a daily basis and build a community together. That's the idea. I'll take you through the Triumph system on a daily basis like I did during the first lockdown, maybe even an improved version. And we'll get through this together. We'll help talk about our physical well-being, so that's getting enough sleep, getting the right nutrition, getting a little bit of exercise. That's really important for our mental well-being as well. Whatever happens in our physical body will affect our mental well-being and vice versa. And we want to look at those behaviors of ours. Are our behaviors useful during this time? What was useful during times of non-lockdown might not be useful during lockdown. What are our automatic behaviors? What can we look at there? What can we kind of loosen up from that rigidity of our behaviors and try and help ourselves in that sense? How can we develop that resilience so that we'll be able to bounce back, maybe even stronger than we were after this lockdown? So we want to look at some of that kind of thing going on. We want to look at our interpersonal relationships, and that's not necessarily intimate relationships. It's relationships between ourselves and ourselves, between ourselves and our spouse, between ourselves and our children, ourselves and our parents, ourselves and our friends and our community. So we want to be looking at these interpersonal relationships because that's really important. All right. So I think I've been on enough for today. But what I stress to you is please put your name in the comments. Please put anything that you want in the comments. Share this out. And please God, I'll see you tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Take care.